The true contentment comes from letting go of attachments, ego, and desires. Through Zen practice, we learn that enlightenment isn't something we actively seek, but rather, it emerges naturally when we stop striving. By practicing mindfulness and zazen, we dissolve illusions and experience the clarity and peace that comes with being fully present. In this way, Zen teaches us that what we seek is already within us, and it's through surrendering our constant pursuit that we come closer to true understanding. Don't forget to click the like and subscribe buttons so we have more motivation to share more useful knowledge for self-growth every day. There are a number of times when our mind clings to something tightly, and it is rarely helpful. I am right, the other person is wrong. That person is living their life in the wrong way. They should change. My preference is the best way. Others are wrong. This is the thing I want. I don't want anything else. I should have that person in my life, loving me. I shouldn't be alone, shouldn't be overweight, shouldn't be however I am, shouldn't have this life. In all of these cases and more, our minds are fixed in a certain viewpoint, and we often judge others. We complain. We are attached to what we want and what we don't want. The search for fulfillment often leads us down a path filled with stress, unhappiness, anger, and judgment. We become disconnected from others, always striving for something we cannot fully grasp. Our desire for contentment keeps us in a cycle, constantly seeking and yet never finding peace. But there is a way out. Long ago, Buddha showed us a path that offers freedom from this endless thirst. This wisdom formed the foundation of Buddhism, which eventually gave rise to various schools of thought. One such school, Zen Buddhism, became deeply rooted in East Asia. In this exploration, we will delve into the essence of Zen, its core principles and practices. Zen offers a unique approach, teaching us to let go of our desires and attachments, quenching the thirst for peace. Through this practice, we find a way to embrace the present moment and live with a sense of calm and understanding. By understanding Zen, we can see how it differs from other Buddhist schools in both theory and practice, offering a clear path to freedom. The journey of Zen invites us to release the grip of our desires and find tranquility within. Let this wisdom guide you to peace. In the 6th century, Chinese Chan Buddhism began to evolve, emerging as a distinct school within Mahayana Buddhism. It wasn't until the 12th century that Chan was introduced to Japan by a Japanese Buddhist priest named Eisai. Though his attempt to establish the lineage was unsuccessful, other Chan disciples later succeeded, bringing Chan Buddhism to Japan, where it became known as Zen, the Japanese pronunciation of the Chinese term Chan. Zen Buddhism is uniquely influenced by Taoism, a Chinese philosophy, and to a lesser extent by Confucianism, shaping its practices and teachings. Key Taoist texts, such as Lao Tzu's Tao Te Ching and concepts like Wu Wei, deeply informed Zen philosophy. During the Kamakura period in Japan, Zen flourished, becoming integrated into Japanese culture through practices such as the tea ceremony, calligraphy, and martial arts. Today, Zen is practiced worldwide, alongside other Buddhist traditions like Theravada and Vipassana, which are popular in the West. Zen, however, offers a different approach to spiritual awakening and enlightenment compared to these traditions. While schools like Theravada focus on gradual enlightenment, achieved through consistent practice and the Eightfold Path, Zen emphasizes sudden realization, often referred to as Satori. This concept of sudden awakening distinguishes Zen from the gradual paths of other Buddhist schools. Enlightenment doesn't come gradually, piece by piece over time. It arrives all at once, unexpectedly. Imagine a sky covered by thick clouds, blocking the sunlight. In the gradual path, the clouds dissolve one by one, slowly revealing the sky. But in the sudden path, the clouds vanish in an instant, without warning. This is the essence of sudden enlightenment, a profound shift in experience that happens in an instant, often referred to as Satori in Zen. Satori is that moment when the illusion of a separate, fixed self vanishes. It is a direct, profound realization of the true nature of existence, a clarity that transcends intellectual understanding. In that moment, the illusory boundaries between self and the world collapse, much like a mirror shattering. This moment of insight is the dissolution of all illusions. The water clears, the true nature of reality becomes apparent, and one sees things as they truly are. But Satori is not the end. It marks the beginning of the journey toward full liberation and enlightenment. The truth revealed in this moment cannot be forgotten, and the quest for freedom from illusion begins. Where does one start? The path of Zen begins in the present moment. It is in the present that all experiences unfold, where we feel, think, and simply exist. There is no moment more important than now. Zen shares a deep connection with Stoicism, Taoism, and other Buddhist traditions. Just like in Marcus Aurelius' Meditations, where he emphasizes the importance of the present, Zen views the now as the only moment we truly possess. Similarly, Theravada monks speak about letting go of attachment to the past and worrying about the future, as these actions obscure our experience in the present. This idea also ties into the Taoist concept of Wu Wei, which aligns closely with Zen principles. Zen Buddhism teaches that reality unfolds in the present, yet we often cloud it with our thoughts. Our minds build a barrier between us and the world, creating an illusion of a separated self. While overthinking, planning, and fantasizing serve a purpose in survival and progress, they also distance us from direct experience. These thoughts about the past and future can make the present feel small, overshadowed by projections and judgments we create. As Alan Watts, a Zen scholar, says, when life is empty with respect to the past and aimless with respect to the future, the vacuum is filled by the present, normally reduced to a hairline, a split second in which there's no time for anything to happen. Zen seeks to expand that present moment, clearing the fog that separates us from reality. A perfect example of this in traditional Japanese culture is the tea ceremony, which invites us to be fully present, letting go of everything that clouds the now. In the way of tea, or shinoyu, participants immerse themselves completely in the ceremony, fully embracing the present moment. They understand that this moment is one of a kind, never to be repeated. The Japanese call this realization ichigo-ichi, a term that reminds us of the uniqueness of each passing moment, as I discussed in a previous video. In the present moment, we may experience satori, the sudden aha moment, when the ego's illusions dissolve. But how do we achieve this awakening? Before understanding what to do, it's essential to explore what not to do. The most common mistake is to grasp at enlightenment, which only leads to frustration. In Zen, enlightenment isn't something to be attained, it's already within us. The challenge is breaking through the illusions our minds create. One such illusion is the false sense of self, the idea that we are separate and isolated. In Buddhism, it's taught that there is no enduring self. Our identity is a fluid, ever-changing experience. The ego, an abstract construct shaped by memory, is like the illusion of a circle of fire created by a spinning torch. The ego's problem lies in its desire for enlightenment. The more it desires, the further it moves away from the truth. Enlightenment is about dissolving the ego, but the ego can't conceive of enlightenment because it exists beyond thought. It is the very barrier to enlightenment, and though it attempts to grasp it, it can only imagine itself as a part of it. Imagine a bully eagerly anticipating a party he isn't invited to. The party exists because he is not there. His absence is what makes the party enjoyable. As Dharma Master Lakto wisely said, true nature is the mind is Buddha, and the Buddha is Dharma. One should not use the mind to search for the mind, nor seek the Buddha through the Buddha, or the Dharma through the Dharma. Dharma students must suddenly realize the absence of the mind and attain stillness and silence. The mind cannot understand itself. It's like a sword trying to cut its own blade, or teeth attempting to bite themselves. The mind's desire for enlightenment is just another illusion created by the mind itself. This very desire is what stands in the way of enlightenment. In Zen, seeking Buddhahood is the very reason you miss it. The act of grasping to achieve enlightenment is the reason you are not enlightened. If you seek a deeper understanding of the Dharma, don't clutch onto the Sangha. Realize there is nothing to seek. Likewise, don't grasp for the Buddha or the Dharma, because once again, there's nothing at all to seek. This brings us to the ambiguity of Zen that we've discussed concepts like the illusion of self, the nature of the present, and the futility of seeking. Now, to truly put this into practice, we must let go of it all. Forget everything I've said. It's like we've spent time understanding how the television works, how the circuits are connected, how everything fits together. But now it's time to watch the show. These are two fundamentally different things. The first requires explanations and logical understanding, while the second demands mindfulness and presence. The ego, the endless concepts, the clinging, overanalyzing, and constant worrying. These must be let go of. However, the paradox is that we cannot use the mind to rid ourselves of these distractions. We need to see through the illusions the mind creates. This is why Zen monks often speak little of Zen. Constantly revisiting Zen concepts only keeps us trapped in the very mind that creates the problems we seek to resolve. The key is to stop seeking, not just enlightenment, but anything. The act of seeking arises from an unsatisfied ego, and this pursuit only deepens the feeling of lack. In Zen Buddhism, meditation is used not to explain or analyze, but to pay attention. It cultivates a heightened awareness, a state of consciousness that transcends verbal concepts and emotional fluctuations. What is this deception? It is the illusion of the ego grasping at reality as it is, diverted by distractions, missing what is already present, consciousness itself. This practice is gradual, which might seem to contradict Satori, the sudden moment of awakening. While the process that leads to Satori is gradual, the moment of realization happens in an instant. We can never predict when it will arrive. Zazen is a meditation practice in Zen, similar in some ways to Theravada's breath meditation. The primary aim of Zazen is to cultivate a deep focus, also known as ekagata in Pali, which is a state of one-pointed concentration. Many definitions of this state exist, including the stillness of mind, being fully present, and the balance between physical and mental energy. Unlike traditional concentration, this state arises effortlessly, without tension or struggle. When one reaches this state, the present moment becomes vivid and clear. Mental illusions dissipate, and clarity prevails. Once the practitioner achieves this focused state, they often move to koan practice. Koans are paradoxical dialogues meant to expose the essence of Zen teachings. They are not just intellectual puzzles, but tools to test the practitioner's insight and progress toward liberation. A classic koan involves Zen Master Jashu, where a monk asks, "Does a dog have Buddha nature?" Jashu replies with "mu," a response that challenges the very concept of Buddha nature and points to the Buddhist teaching of sunyata, emptiness. It denies any fixed essence behind phenomena, showing that true nature is not something to be sought after. The response of mu is meant to cut through conceptual thinking, revealing that Zen is not about ideas or beliefs, but about direct, unmediated experience. This experience cannot be fully grasped by the thinking mind or explained in words. Zen ultimately cannot be sought because the mind cannot even comprehend what it seeks. It is an experience beyond words, beyond the mind's illusions. If this video resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe to continue receiving content that challenges and nourishes both the mind and soul. We'd love to hear your thoughts or questions in the comment section below. Until next time, may you stay wise, stay stoic, and continue your pursuit of a life filled with purpose, balance, and peace.